Hello everyone, my name is Alexey, and today I want to tell you about, on the one hand, simple, but on the other hand, quite tricky question which you can receive on your live coding interview to frontend or backend engineer position. Implement deepEqual function using JavaScript. Whether you are gearing up for a job interview or just looking to enhance your coding skills, understanding how to compare objects deeply is crucial for any JavaScript developer. In today's video, we will unravel the complexity of deep equality checking, exploring the nuances that make it a common interview question. Moreover, after this video, you will have a complete understanding how to effectively compare different entities in JavaScript from primitives to nested objects, and it will help you in your daily programming routine and provide you with a solid foundation to tackle similar challenges in your next technical interview. Please like, and let's go to the practice. Okay, let's move to the code and let me briefly explain the task. So we have to implement deepEqual function, which will take two arguments, a and b, and a and b could be any entities in JavaScript. So it could be an object, it could be an array, it could be not a number, it could be a number, it could be a string, it could be a null, and it could be an undefined, like in last example. And what we have to return? We have to return Boolean value. It will be true if these entities are equal, it will be false if these entities are not equal. So pretty simple. Let's move to our implementation. Okay, let's start our function implementation, and firstly I want to deal with not a number. It will be our corner case, first corner case, and interesting thing is that if we will move to a console and we will type of nan in our console, we will receive a number. And all is okay from the first look, but if we will try to compare two nans, we will receive a false. And it's quite tricky global value, and this behavior of not a number is defined by standard, because nan and its behaviors are not invented by JavaScript, and information about it we can find on MDN. But logically, if we will receive a as a not number and b as a not number, we have to return true. So let's write condition, and we have to check if our first argument a is not a number, so we have to use number class, global class number, and it has a method is nan, so we have to check a, and then we have to check b. If a is not a number and b is not a number, we will return true. Yes, so return true. And it was our first corner case. Then let's deal with primitives. Okay, now let's write a logic for primitive comparison, and here we have to write a couple of simple conditions. So if type of a is not equal to type of b, we will return false. And it's pretty logical. So if types are not equal, so values also, so we have to return false. Then we have to compare our a and b by value. For example, like here, so we will have here a string, b string, but a test and test with exclamation mark are not equal. But here we have to check if our type of a and type of b is not an object, because logic for object comparison we will have below and later in this video. So if type of a is not equal to object and type of b is not equal to object, we will have strict comparison, so we have to return a equals to b. Cool. And that's it. But we have corner case here is null value. So let me explain. For example, we will have null, and we want to write type of null in our console, and we will have an object. And yes, you can think this is a bug of JavaScript, but not. It's like a peculiarity of JavaScript, because JavaScript was written on C++, and it was some constraints in C++ regarding null value. So type of null returns object, and it's right behavior. We have to check this because this check will not pass with our null. So we have to write if a equals to null and b equals to null, we will return true. Cool. So because if we will write in our console null equals to null with strict comparison, we will have true. Cool. That's it. And we handled all cases with primitives here. So let's move to comparison of our objects. Amazing. Then let's move to the object comparison. And firstly, we have to define if the number of keys in our objects are equal, because if number of keys are not equal, these objects are containing different amount of information, and in deepEqual function we have to return false in this situation. So if object keys A length is not equal to object keys B length, we will return false. Pretty simple. Then we have to check properties of our objects, and also we have to check nested objects inside our A and B. So our source is a first level object, and in property A we will have a primitive 1, so it's okay. But property B is a nested object with property C, which is equal to 1. So we need somehow to enter to this object, and in C also could be an object. So we have to check all nested objects in our A and B. And we can achieve it using the loop. So let's implement it. For const key of object keys A, so it doesn't matter A or B, because with this condition we've checked the equality of number of properties. So if deepEqual A key and B key is false, so we have to put exclamation mark here, we will return false. Pretty logical, yes? And in all other cases, we have to return true, because if we will pass, for example, undefined as A and undefined as B, it will be true. So let's return true here, and it will follow the description of our task. Cool, that's it. And let's check our result. But before the final check, you may ask me, okay, Alexei, but what will be with arrays? We didn't write any checks for arrays in our deepEqual function. And I can say that no, we wrote, and it's two last conditions. Because arrays in JavaScript are also objects. So let me prove it to you. For example, we will have test, it will be an array, and we can use object keys with our test. We can use object values with our test. We can even reach to our values by keys. So if we will try to reach string 1 by key 0, so we can do it. Also, we can use object entries. Object entries with our test. And we will have arrays of arrays in which we will have 0, it's key, 1, it's value. 1 is key, 2 is value. So our arrays are also objects, and we covered all situations with these two conditions. And finally, let's check our results. So we will check our console logs, it's our tests. So we implemented our deepEqual function with all our conditions, and we will have in our console true, false, and true. And in our console logs, we have to have true, false, and true. So we completed our task and we implemented our deepEqual function. So that's it. Let's finalize what we've achieved. In this video we worked on comparing values in JavaScript, so how comparing different entities in JavaScript works, and as we see you need to know many nuances to write such a simple function. With this task, interviewers test your knowledge of how comparison of different data types work in JavaScript, so now you know this and you definitely won't make mistakes in the future and pass your next interview. Yes, so please like, subscribe, stay tuned, please propose topics for the next videos, and bye!